is a special meeting of the City Council of Bardstown as it relates to public hearing for our proposed tax rates for the upcoming fiscal year. So it's Tuesday, September the 12th at 6 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and start the hearing. I'll first call our city attorney just discuss the rates briefly, and then we'll open the floor for any comments or questions.
Thank you, Mayor. The proposal and the ordinance that's had first reading would leave the property tax rates the same for the city of Bardstown for the fiscal year July 1st, 2017 through June 30th, 2018. And just to read that portion of the ordinance that refers to those rates, it says that there be and hereby is levied a sum of $0.182 on each $100 of real property subject to taxation, the sum of $0.1912 of each $100 of personal property subject to taxation, and the sum of $0.24 on each $100 of motor vehicle and watercraft subject to taxation in the city of Bardstown for fiscal year July 1st, 2017 through June 30th, 2018. And that would be the same tax rates that are currently in effect for the city of Bardstown.
Thank you, Tim. Is there anyone here that would like to have any comments or ask any questions of the council or myself? Everybody's pretty quiet. It's probably the biggest attended public hearing for a tax hearing I've ever had. Not my career here. Must be something else that everybody's here for. Okay. Just one other comment that, there will be a net gain in the revenue, but that is coming something from growth in the community, and we've had a lot of industrial growth and some residential, but primarily industrial commercial. And with those new additions to our tax rolls, there will be a net revenue increase, but of course with those new investments and new expenditures, that creates more demand on our services from the police and the fire and public works and of course street maintenance and so forth. So revenue will definitely be needed to provide those services for these new industries and partners that we have in the community. Last chance. Anybody like to make a comment?
And Mayor, if there's no comment, you can close that public hearing and then we can have a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
This part of the meeting.
Yeah. Hearing now, ask for a motion then that I'll close the public hearing since there is no comment and no one wishing to ask any questions, and then ask for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Councilman Williams. Do I have a second?
Second, Mayor.
Second by Councilman Knowles. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We're adjourned. Now, we'll reconvene at 6:15 for our regular meetings. Call our next meeting to order. This is a special meeting of the Bardstown City Council, 6:15, September the 12th. A special meeting mainly because we changed the time from our regularly ordained meeting from 7 p.m. to 6:15 following the hearing on the tax rates. Need to announce that we will be going into executive session at the end of this meeting pursuant to KRS 61.101C, discussions of proposed litigation against the city of Bardstown. Oh, I'm sorry. Pending litigation against the city of Bardstown regarding presentation of an offer of settlement and discussions concerning the offer of settlement. So,
Proposed. I said.
We went from pending to proposed.
I messed up again.
You did.
all right, so I'll go back and read this again. Executive session pursuant to KRS.
Join the
For those of you who don't know, he's an attorney, so he can't help himself. Executive session pursuant to KRS 61.8101C, discussion of proposed litigation against the city of Bardstown regarding the presentation of an offer of settlement and discussions concerning the offer of the settlement. Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. Everybody had a chance to review the minutes of the previous meeting. If there's no additions or corrections, I would ask for approval by unanimous consent. Okay. All right. Next order of business is we're going to swear in our new chief of police. I want to ask Kim Prissick if she would come forward. I would just like to say, before we do the official honors, Chief in waiting, and is that I think we are just delighted that someone of your credentials, your experience, your reputation has responded to our request for a new police chief, and we're excited what you bring to our organization, and I think there's nothing but blue sky ahead of us. So without any further ado, if you raise your right hand, and I'll read the oath of office to you. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this Commonwealth, and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky, so long as I continue a citizen thereof, and that I will faithfully execute, to the best of my ability, the position of police chief, according to law. And I do further solemnly swear that since the adoption of the present Constitution, I, be a citizen of the state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within this state, nor out of it, nor have I sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have I acted as a second in carrying the challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offending. So help me God.
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
Welcome
sir.
Congratulate our new chief and welcome her, and then also certainly want to thank all her family and friends who are here and colleagues who have joined us tonight. It's refreshing to see so much support for our new chief, and I think you have the support of our entire council and our city here, and I know the public is they've been nice to you so far, so I hope they keep going with you. So if you'd like to say a few comments, we'll let you.
Thank you, sir. I just want to say thank you to the selection committee for those members that are here. Thank you for the time that you put in to this process, and to all the council members and to the community and family and friends that are here. Thank you for being here. I really look forward to the opportunity. I'm honored that you have chosen me to be the chief of the Bardstown Police Department. I am here, and I want you to know, for the community members that don't know who I am, I come as a professional. I come with honor, with dignity. I am going to come here with integrity, and I'm going to respect each and every one of you, and I'm going to really work on building that trust that has been lost in the eyes of some of our community members. And so I really want to show that the men of Bardstown Police Department are good officers, and I want to build those bridges. And so I'm thankful for being here, and I'm going to have an unyielding desire to make this the safest community and the best police department in the state of Kentucky. So thank you so much.
There's another part of our leadership and command staff at the city of Bardstown here tonight, and we have part of our agenda is to make comment on our command staff, both for myself as well as the city council. So I'd like to ask our new captain, C.D. Marksbury, to step forward. C.D., I think most people know who you are, and I'd like to kind of say the same thing about you as I said about our new chief, is that you bring a lot of experience, credentials, reputation that is second to none. You stepped up at a time when there were some difficult times facing us here at the city of Bardstown, and I don't think we could have achieved what we've achieved to date in making some changes that were needed, and I think attracted such a qualified person as Chief Prissick. Without you willing to step up not once but twice to two difficult tasks. One, to be an interim captain, and then secondly, when you were called upon, you stepped up to be interim chief. And I can say that CD doesn't do these things for himself. He does it for the community and for those that he has served with and those that are currently serving on the police department. And so I want to thank you for your service in those interim positions, and we look forward to you now serving in your permanent position now as captain and assistant chief of the Bardstown Police Department. We thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And I know Councilman Kelly and Councilman Williams served on that committee, and Greg Ashworth, our HR director, facilitated the committee, and I want to thank you all for the great job you did in going through the applicants and getting them down to the final three that I was able to review and interview. And I think there's no question with your all's help we made the right choice. So thank you all for that service. Now, any councilman like to make a comment? Yes, Councilman Butler.
Could we get Kim, are these your children here?
Yes.
Would you mind introducing?
No, absolutely. I've got several interviews. I've got my father, Wayne Hessinger, who's been in law enforcement for over 45 years. He's the chief deputy of Floyd County Sheriff's Department now. And I've got my husband behind him, Jim Presley. We've been married going on almost 20 years now. And we have 4 children. My oldest is a police officer for Louisville Metro, and they were running short on personnel tonight, and so he was not able to leave his platoon, so he wasn't able to make it tonight. And then Jimmy, just from that. Jimmy is a junior. Connor is a senior this year. And then my youngest is Hunter. And then in the back is my brother, Todd Ketchinger, who's a major with the Louisville Metro Police Department and runs all of the specialty units, investigative units. His wife, Ashley, and my nephew, Max, is there, and my nephew, Vincent, and my nephew, Anthony. I'm sorry, you already called him Tony. And my sister, Kathy, that's here, my mother, Regina, and then my Uncle Larry, and my Aunt Judy here, and my Aunt Marty. I've got a whole crowd here, and I've got some great friends that came, Ashley and Kevin Peak and Michelle James, and then I've got my cousin Sherry and her husband Sam that actually live here in Bardstown and are very supportive. And so where did my beat partner go?
Out in the highway.
And my beat partner, Chief McCubbin, that came tonight. I want to really say thank you for his support and belief that I would be a good fit for this agency.
Thank you. Welcome all of you. Anyone else like to comment on the new leadership in our police department? Any other council members? Yes, Councilman Coleman.
Chief, I can't speak for everyone, but I think this is unison. We're so happy. We thank the mayor and the selection committee for their choice. We're just ecstatic that you're going to be the new leader, and that restoring of our integrity, restoring of the safety, and being a community partner. From day one, you've been out in the street, you're getting to know the community, and that's what it's about. And they're going to grow to love you as I already love you. And so I'm just thankful that, once again, Bardstown has made history, and we also have a positive move forward to our future. So thank you so much for applying, and thanks to the mayor for selecting you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilman. Anyone else? Okay. Well, once again, Chief, welcome to our community. I know you're going to be a great fit, provide some great leadership in this role. Your experience in bigger city, I don't think will be a handicap. You got plenty of smaller town people around you, so I think you'll be able to adapt very well. And we look forward to working with you in the coming months and years. Thanks again. Now, I will just say this to all of the family and friends that are here with you. It's going to go downhill from here tonight. It's not going to be near as exciting and fun what we're going to talk about for the rest of the night. So if any of you all would like to go ahead and leave, you're welcome to do so. We'd like to give you a minute or so, because our next item of business is the pension system issue in Kentucky. So
It's so nice to meet you.
We'll see each other. Same.
I want to see if Councilman Kelly would like to stay in the
I think now they're taking pictures or something. He said it was going downhill. I guess he thought he'd go ahead and leave.
All right, the next item on the agenda is the county employees retirement system pension plan update. I got a letter, I actually received it on Friday, it's dated, I think, Thursday, September 7th, from John Shelton, who's the state budget director. And I won't bore you with reading all of it, but it contained 32 pages in all. I didn't, but a lot of charts and so forth in that. But basically, it was notifying us of what our new contribution rates are going to be for fiscal year 19% that we're going to have to set aside on a per dollar basis for our hazardous and non-hazardous retirees. And these assumptions are based on a couple other things that came up in their recent meetings. Number one, they adjusted down the rate of return on the investments from 7.5 to 6.25%. And then secondly, they adjusted down the rate of growth in employment from 4% to 2%, meaning that there won't be as much growth in new hires, et cetera, therefore there'll be less money going into the retirement coffers. The main message, though, it's shocking, really, to have to talk about this, but we're going to have a 50.47% increase in non-hazardous contributions. We're going to go from 19.18 cents per dollar to 28.86 cents per dollar. Fiscal year 19 starting July 1, 2018. 50.47% increase. On hazardous duty, it's going to go up 60.62%. This is a one-year increase, folks. This is not over time. This is a one-time hit to our city employee pension contributions, as well as every city that participates with it, every county, school systems that have CERS. I think there's 24 to 28 organizations that are part of the CERS. So that is what we're going to be facing in our next budget. The impact that we've come up with, the total dollar impact on our budget it's going to be $797,942 increase over what we're currently contributing to the retirement for the employees, assuming everything else stays the same. So, I really haven't had enough time to sit down with Tracy and start giving a lot of thought to what our options are going to be. Obviously, the best opportunity we have is coming with, I think it's going to happen is the special session on pension reform. From all indications that I hear, it's going to happen sometime in November. And the KLC, Kentucky League of Cities, their position has been, and that of KCO, which is the County Association, or Kentucky Association of Counties, and the other agencies is, we have said, of course, we passed a resolution here that we want to separate from the KERS, which we feel like would give the cities and counties more control of our destiny. The representatives from KLC, that are 6 of those who serve on this board, when this proposal came up, they voted against it. They felt like there was room to phase this in somewhat rather than force cities and counties to face these type of increases. But obviously they were outnumbered on the board by those that thought differently. We're hoping though that with the pension, special session on pension, and/or which hopefully the separation would come with that, that's going to be up to the legislatures to approve that in this special session. We don't know where that might go, but I am happy to announce that I reached out to both Representative McCoy and Senator Higdon in the last couple of days. Obviously, the first thing I discussed with them was what a huge impact this is going to be on our budget and that of many cities and counties. I mean, it won't bankrupt the city of Bardstown next year, but I mean, if stuff like this were sustained, it's going to bankrupt cities and counties in Kentucky if we don't get some relief here. And so I had some serious discussion with them on this. I had some serious discussion about the separation. No commitments, obviously, until they go through the special session. But I think they know where we stand as a city and as a legislative body. That's the best that can happen to us in the coming near future. With that said, though, I reached out to them again today, right before lunch, and I said, there's so many questions out there. There's a lot of rumors out there. There's a lot of unknown out there amongst current employees. Those that are nearing retirement, and those that are a long way away from retirement. But some of those are worried that they went to work for the city or a county at a young age, and they expected to retire after 27 years, and they're afraid that the next thing they're going to do is make them work till they're 60 or 65, and that's not why they chose their occupation. But the good news is that both Senator Higdon and Representative McCoy have agreed to host a town hall meeting. It's kind of coming together kind of quickly. It's going to be next Tuesday, September the 19th. I told them to avoid the first, second, and fourth Tuesdays of every month, thinking October would probably be the time they'd probably do this. And about 30 minutes later, Representative McCoy called me back and said, we can do it next Tuesday. Now, I personally can't be there because it being the third Tuesday of the month, I committed to an out-of-town issue that because I normally have that Tuesday off, but I've spoken with the City of Bardstown School System. They're going to provide the Bardstown Auditorium for the meeting. I spoke to Judge Watts. He's going to coordinate with the county employees, invite them to this meeting. Brett Hostall, Superintendent of Bardstown Schools, is going to coordinate with the Nelson County School System. Greg Ashworth will be coordinating with the city, and then we'll get the word out. Obviously, the local press will get the word of this. We want to get that out. So I think it'll be a good meeting to get, hopefully, some at least an update on what is really going on, what can happen, and where we're going, because there's a lot of uncertainty, and employees are worried that some things are going to happen, and we don't want them to make bad decisions based on a lack of information. We think this will be important for them to have this opportunity, so decided that auditorium might be the right size. Obviously, we think a lot of people will come between. A lot of people don't know this, but just in our school systems, there is a lot of their employees that are not in the teacher retirement, they're in the CERS retirement. All the, basically the support people, the food service people, the bus drivers, maintenance, fiscal plant people. Superintendent Hostall said he has over 100 of those individuals just in the Bardstown school system, so I'm sure you can probably double or triple that in the county school system. So we have a lot of employees whose pension and futures are at stake here. So I felt it was important to reach out to our two elected officials and try to get a forum put together so we can get some information now and hopefully help some of the individuals feel a little more comfortable going forward. So I think that'll be a positive.
Mayor, what time will that meeting occur?
7 p.m. is right now. We'll firm it up. That's pretty much set because both Senator Higdon and Representative McCoy at that time, that night was free to them, and that Representative McCoy had a meeting at 6, but it's here in town. He could leave that meeting and be at the other by 7. So hope everybody will attend and hope we get some information. I'm sure they won't be able to give us any plans because the plans aren't out yet, but maybe they can give us some ideas on that. Any other questions or comments on that? Just as a follow, we had gotten some preliminary numbers back in July, and they weren't near as bad as these. That was going to impact us to the tune of over $500,000. But then we got the revised figures, the formal figures, and that raised that impact to that $797,000 figure. So it was
above the $500,000.
no. It went from $500,000 increase to $797,000. Just the earlier July forecast that they made, which was not. Now they had a formal vote on what the fiscal year 19 rates will be for CERS. So that's what we're dealing with now. Okay, the next item of business, and Daniel is here to talk about the Kobeck building ramp entryway, the bid tab, and scope of work. Daniel, you want to talk to us for a moment?
Well, the project is to get access for everyone into the Kobeck Gymnasium. The way it's designed, there's not an easy way to necessarily access that gym for anybody in a wheelchair. So we put a bid out to get a build design bid, get ideas that we may not have thought of, or just the cheapest, the best options to get people into the gym. We returned only one bid with that, which was a concrete design that we actually like a lot because of the low maintenance. Once it's installed, it's pretty well done. And this will actually give us our ADA requirements to get people in the gym. It will give us a stairwell that we can make this an actual main entrance to the gym. So we don't have to access the front doors necessarily. It's going to be code requirements to use that as a primary door to allow everybody to enter and exit the gym through that access point, which would get them closer to the rear parking lot, which make a lot of people happy that they don't have to walk from all the way to the back, all the way to the front of the gymnasium to access it. We've gotten a couple other estimates. One particular was a wood estimate to create a wood decking, and of course there's going to be a lot of maintenance that goes along with that, but it was actually really close to what this bid came in at. surprisingly. So to go with concrete, I think is the best choice. And the contractor's ready to move on it, just waiting for your all's approval.
Yeah, Daniel, didn't you say it was roughly 4,000 difference between that estimate of wood versus the concrete that you got?
The budget figure we put in was from the wood estimate of $58,960, and this bid came in at $62,800.
So can you make that number work within your budget with the additional 4,000?
Well, Greg and I both talked with Tracy. There's a couple different options, whether we split the difference between the recreation budget and the COBEC budget, or with the land and acquisition fund, we could put more off of that, shift that over in an amendment, or Tracy even said the possibility of using excess money from the utilities in the COBEC budget, because with the new chiller that's been installed, the electric usage is going to go down. It was actually non-operational for 2 to 3 weeks while it was being installed. It doesn't go down from there. And instead of running a 50-ton unit, now you're running a 5 to 10-ton unit. So the utility bill's going to drop, and she thinks there's enough savings in that to cover $4,000.
Is this ramp, is it in the rear of the building?
It's on the west wall of the gymnasium, in between Foster Heights Elementary and the COBEC building.
So are you actually cutting a door?
We will cut an entrance in. It'll be a double door installed in there. So we would have the
bleachers in it, and then you got the wall where the stage is, it's where the bleachers in, and right in between there and the wall is where that door would be cut.
I can't tell much from this, but
Yeah.
okay.
It'd be-
Well, I mean, we don't really have much of an option. We have to put something in, whether it's that or something else, don't we? I mean, we're back against the wall on this.
It's got to be ADA accessible.
I mean, some of the previous council that were on the previous council, we had several letters that were written, if you remember, addressing this, and their concerns with the fact that we don't have any way for disabled to get into the gym right now. And that, they were very nice and willing to wait until this year's basketball season, but they really wanted it addressed and fixed before this season.
So one more time, why is the elevator not an option here?
The elevator was optional, so the elevator works, but so that takes you to what I call the second floor. And then when you get to the second floor by the gym, there are 4 stairs that have to be traversed, and there was a lift, and that lift never worked. I mean, it's been in there for a long, long time, and it never worked, and it also had to be manned, so Daniel would have to have people there to man it. So we decided to try to get some kind of ADA outside ramp, so it doesn't have to be manned, people can traverse it, without any assistance from staff.
And also too, in the event of an emergency, you can't use an elevator or a lift anyway, more than likely, so.
Right, yeah, if there was a
You have to have
fire.
a quick exit.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other questions? If not, ask for a motion then to approve the bid or estimated for $62,800 for the new handicap accessible ramp at the COBEC building.
So moved.
And a motion by Councilman Williams, do I have a second?
Second. I'm
Second by
sorry.
Councilman Copeland. Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Okay. We'll move on to the next item. Cemetery deeds, we have one for David A. and Rose M. Barnes, 2 grave sites. And then, is it Andre?
It's Andre Cadende, they're from
small place in Africa. I thought it was the Congo, but I'm mistaken.
Andre Contende, we have one great site, so approve that by unanimous consent. Since this is a special call meeting, I know we had a couple of people come in late, but we don't have normally we have a place where we can allow comments from the public, but since this is a special call meeting with this preordained agenda, doesn't have that on the agenda, so I didn't know if you all had a specific thing to comment on. So,
No, we missed what we came for. I think she's already been sworn in.
yes.
I really just
Sorry.
want to show our support. Thank you for her appointment.
I'm surprised you didn't miss anybody, see anybody, because there was about 20. Sorry. Okay. Then I'll need a motion then that we go out of our regular meeting into executive session pursuant to KRS 61.8101C, discussion of proposed litigation against the city of Bardstown regarding the presentation of an offer of settlement and discussions concerning the offer of settlement. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
I'll say.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. All opposed? Okay, we will go out of regular meeting and go into executive session. Regular session.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Williams, we have a second. Second by Councilman Butler. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Okay, let the record show that we've been in executive session, but we have taken no official action and will not be taking any action this evening on the matter that was discussed. Councilman Copeland recused herself from a portion of that meeting, but not the entire part of it. So unless there's any further business, I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Kelly,
Second.
second by Councilman Campbell. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.